Are you afraid you're going to miss the housing market? Are you afraid you're going to miss out just because you're having credit issues right now? Well, stick around and I'm going to show you some of the things that you need to think about before you lose out on the greatest market that we've ever had. Hey, it's Eric, and like I said, this is the greatest YouTube channel to make you feel sexy every day. And you know how to really feel sexy? Click that subscribe button below, and trust me, you'll feel even sexier. So let's go ahead and get on with the show. You know, we've been having such a great real estate market. If you want to consider it that, you know, some people say it's a great market, especially if you're a seller. If you're a buyer, maybe not so great. But if you're a buyer and you're going to be selling in a few years, I'm sure it's still a great market. Some of you aren't having a great time because you can't buy right now. Maybe your credit's not exactly where you want it to be, and you're doing the, I'm going to try to get my credit up game, and it's just not working for you. Well, I want to go through a few little things with you to help you out, because there's some folks out there not looking out for your best interest. And I just wanted to go over a few things with you because you really don't want to miss what's going on in the market right now, because the market's going to continue to go up for the next several years, and you don't want to miss this boat. So number one, there are a lot of credit services out there promising that they can help fix your credit. I'm not saying they cannot help fix your credit. What I'm saying is they're charging you to fix your credit. If you're going to charge someone $99 a month, $129, $149, $199 a month, well, doesn't it behoove you to take as long as possible to fix someone's credit? Doesn't it behoove you to always show them that something is moving forward? If every month I can show you, look, this came off of your credit record. Look, this happened. Wow, look how much they're doing for me. Did that do anything? Now I can tell you some tales where I've worked with some folks. Now remember, I don't own a credit company, and I don't pretend to be a credit expert. I'm just talking about people I've worked with, who I've worked with, and their credit, along with some folks I'm going to talk about during this video. So I've seen just certain things. I just wanted to bring that out to you guys to help you with your situation. I remember one individual I worked with, and they had been working on their credit for a while, and working with one of those credit agencies where you pay them every month. And things just wasn't working out. It's like month after month, you know, they're taking this off, they're doing that. Then they went with one of my folks. So the people I start with are always a free solution. Why pay for something that can be done for free? Sometimes a paid solution is the solution. Many times, free is the solution. Because credit is a very tricky and sticky situation, where that situation is, it could be just as simple as paying off this teeny tiny little bill, and magic, your credit's fixed. I've seen some people get their credit up from in the 400s to buying a house in 3 months. I've seen individuals completely fix their credit from going, I'm never going to be able to have a house, to being in a house within 60 days for free. I don't possess any magic. And people I work with don't possess any magic. Did you know that most lenders can do this for you? Then how come everyone's not doing this? Didn't ask. The realtors you're working with don't know. You ever thought about asking the question? Hey, Mrs. Realtor, do you know a lender who will help me out Some of them have the skills to do this. Ask the question first. Okay, they don't? What about the credit repair agencies? Which ones to work with? Which ones to stay away from? Do they know these answers? Can they ask a question? If they're there and they're your real estate advisor, shouldn't they be asking these questions for you? This isn't just working in some area thing and trying to get someone to do something. Remember, this is about education. Wealth is built through real estate. Look at the greatest fortunes in this country, in the history of this world. It's through real estate. If you don't own that real estate, how are you going to get that money? Let's go ahead and build some wealth. When you're renting from somebody, you're building their wealth. They didn't just go buy a house for grins and giggles. They bought a house. They bought an apartment building. They built that apartment building to create wealth on someone else's back. Why don't you purchase a house yourself and build your own equity, build your own wealth? Have you seen the average difference in wealth between someone who owns a house and someone who rents a house? It's like $140,000 in wealth. That wealth can be generational. And that's what I want you to have. It's not about you buying a house from me or any of that crap. Bump that. That's why YouTube is so wonderful. It's nationwide. This is about you building your wealth. If your credit's not there, it's about building your credit. You know, when you go look for a job, most employers now will look at your credit. You may not have the job that you want because they looked at your credit and went, pass. Go buy a car. You got to pay 16% interest instead of 3%. Credit. So look at what it's done for you. It has harmed you in purchasing a home, harmed you in purchasing a vehicle, harmed you in the job that you have and making more money. This is all about your family. So let's talk about tightening up your credit. So one of the first things you need to do, don't co-sign loans for people. Stop doing that. If they need a loan co-signed for, they probably shouldn't be buying that item, because you tie yourself up just by doing that. They may be paying that thing off. So you could have co-signed for your brother, sister, daughter. Guess what? They bought a car. You bought a car. Oh, you can't buy a house now. It affected you. So unless you can do this in a manner where it does not affect you, don't be doing that. I know you want to help folks. Don't go buying cars for folks. Without getting too deep into stuff that's going to get me into trouble. Talked to a lender who says that was the number one. Now here in Las Vegas, he said that's the number one issue he runs across is a person will have 3 cars in their name where they're going and buying cars for people. And I'm like, what? So the person's paying them and then they're paying for the car, but the car is in their name because that person can't pay for a car. So their credit is in a way kind of ruined. They can't buy a house because they got 3 cars in their name. Yeah, they're only really buying 1 car, but those other 2 cars that someone's paying them under the table for, that they're there making the payments for, yeah, it's killing them. Oh no! So let's go ahead and find the best solution for you. And if you really do need credit help, have someone actually run your credit and figure out what needs to be done. Stop trying to play sick bay commando. What I mean by sick bay commando, I'll go to talk to the lender after I get my credit straightened up. I'll take care of it myself. Some of the biggest problems I've seen are people who, one, listen to the wrong people, and 2, try to do it themselves. I had an individual who wanted to purchase a home. They go to my lender, and lender finds something that was not true in their records. So they go like, okay, I'll go take care of this. But instead of asking the question, instead of finding out what they should do, they call up the company. It's like, this is in my records, it's wrong. Oh, don't worry about it, do this. So they do that. What they did actually destroyed their credit. So they followed their advice and it destroyed their credit. They're not going to be able to buy a house for 3 years now. 3 years. No! By doing what someone else told them to do. The company that put the erroneous information on their credit, who then told them, yes, this will fix your credit. Following the advice of the people who put the bad information on their credit report. Destroyed their credit. It was worse off than having the bad information there. You will be absolutely blown away by some things. There's an individual that I've been working with, and to fix their credit, believe it or not, they have a dispute on their credit. Are you ready for this? A dispute on their credit. You think that would help, right? And the dispute is a correct dispute. To fix their credit, they need to remove the dispute. To basically say, this item's not under dispute. That will fix their credit enough for them to close on a house. And then the day after they close, they need to put the dispute back on the credit. Crazy. But who would know that? The work with one of these paid credit companies, they'll put the dispute on the credit. It doesn't really help you any, because it's crazy town, man. It's crazy town. You need to work with folks who do that, and work with the lender who can do that. Call lenders up and find them, fill them out. See if they have the software that can do that, that will actually run through all of these permutations and simulations and figure out all the stuff on your credit report, all the stuff that's in your FICO. By the way, your real FICO. You go to all these places like Credit Karma and all this stuff, and even the ones where you pay to get, like $8.95 and $12.95 to get your FICO score. Here's something they don't tell you. That's not the FICO score that the lenders use. There are multiple FICO scores. That's like a civilian score.
Oh.
So you sit around and you're like, oh, I've checked my Credit Karma score. It's 750, so I know I'm good. The score that the banker may see is 700. So you may not be good. Yes, 700 may be good, but it doesn't get you the best rate. Oh, you need to get the rate that the banker sees. So every time I keep hearing that stuff about, oh, I know my credit's good. I already ordered my credit report. I already ordered my FICO. That's the civilian score. Oh, they provide my FICO score with my credit card. So people are going like, oh, I ordered my FICO score, so I know it's good. You're like, you don't know it's good. We have no idea what FICO score your credit card company or any of them are giving you, because there are multiple FICO scores. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. So you need to have your FICO score ordered by a lender. Okay? That is the only one that counts. Also, another thing, when the time comes, if you want to have your get the best rate, you can go to multiple lenders. But they don't tell you, especially because they want to keep that loan, is your credit score is not changed when you get your credit score looked at by the same type of loan. So if you're trying to go for a home mortgage and you go to 10 different lenders, it doesn't change your score, because the CFPB has a rule in place that if you search for loans for the same type of loan, it counts as one hit. So I can go to 10 different lenders if I'm searching for a mortgage, and that counts one time. Okay? So these are the types of things that you need to consider to get yourself straight. And it's not just about housing, it's about your entire life. And if you want some more life lessons, go ahead and hit some of these videos I got here. And of course, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys.